So this is on trail day number 152. It is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. I stayed last night in the Lindman School. It's an old school from 1894. They let hikers stay in. It's right here at the, the Settlers Museum of Southwest Virginia, which is right over there, not too far, but it's closed for the winter, so can't go check out all the other stuff, but can check out the school, enjoy your stay. Not a whole lot to it, but you just put your mat out on the floor, and you got a map of all the stuff that's here. They have passport stamps, and then you get free admission as a hiker to the museum, but it wasn't open, so they have a nice wood heater here, but the sign says don't build fires. It would have sure been nice. It was in the 30s in here last night, so it wasn't too bad, but it's supposed to be really nice and warm today though. So got 18 miles to do to the Trimpe, I think is the name of it, shelter. And it's not quite 9 o'clock, so we should be good to get there before dark. And we'll check out what there is to check out along the way. So this is the Chatfield Memorial Shelter. It's about 2 miles or so north of the schoolhouse. It's pretty typical. Nothing fancy. And got a privy right up there on the hill, so, and the water's right over there, so not bad. Pretty good little setup. Little view spot. The sign says view of Walker Mountain. I'm not sure what out there is Walker Mountain, but the sign says it's there, so we'll go with it. We've been going uphill since we left the schoolhouse. It's been fairly gradual. I think we got 15 miles. I checked just a little bit ago. So we've knocked about 3 miles out, and it's 10:30. Still a lot of snow on the ground, but most of it will probably melt today. I think it's supposed to be in the 50s today. The watch says it's 45 right now. It's been a good day so far. The sign says this is Glade Mountain. Elevation 4,000 something foot. No view, but we made it to the top of our hill for the morning. Finally. And now we get to go downhill for a little ways and then another shorter climb up. It's nice to have the sun out today, though. It'd be nice tonight if it's supposed to be in the 40s. So it was two hikers I saw yesterday when I was at having dinner at the Mexican restaurant, and one of the guys that was at the shelter last night said they were walking past the schoolhouse when he came out in the field yesterday, but it didn't look like no one had been to that shelter, and the only tracks I've seen in the snow are the other two hikers that was at the schoolhouse. So I don't know where those hikers ended up. It didn't look like through hikers, so there could be another trail or road or something that they took going somewhere else. Who knows? So I climbed up the second climb. It was fairly short, but then started down and it's all rocky. I ran into well, there was two southbounders. They'd been hiking together since Maine. One of them decided he was getting off the trail after today, and his buddy had come stayed at that Long Neck hostel back at close to the gas station, and they were just slack packing today. I ran into him a few minutes ago. He decided for sure, calling it quits, and they're going to come back in the springtime. I hope he comes back and finishes, but his hiking partner stayed at the schoolhouse last night, and then he was out the door before dark, or before daylight, headed to the same shelter that I'm going to. So he had thought about getting off the trail too, but then he seen it was going to be warmer weather for a few days, so I decided to hang in there. I think it's supposed to get cold again Sunday night, but hopefully I'll be in Damascus by that point, so. Getting close to being out of Virginia. Then we only have 3 states left: Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. So I should be getting close to the Welcome Center. This Marion, I think. I don't know, there's Marion and Troutville and Adkins all kind of together. I'm not looking at my guidebook. So. But it's right there at the partnership shelter, which is a big double-decker. It's got a shower and all that. The shower's turned off for COVID. And it says you can get food delivered there, which I don't know. Lunch sounds pretty good. I'll see what kind of menus are there and what kind of wait time maybe. If there's a minimum order. But should get there shortly. Got like 10 miles left for today. So the last road I was coming to was about a mile from the Welcome Center. This is Virginia Highway 16. And it's the Mount Rogers Pat Jennings Visitor Center. So I might go in here and see what they got. Oh, the Visitor Center, I don't know if you can see, they got orange barricade things up in front of the doors. It's closed. Oh well. You just keep on heading south. So this is the partnership shelter. The privy over here. I don't know if it's open or not. Yep, it's the standard privy. No TP. Not bad. And that's the shower. Normally. Looks like they have the a gut out of the valve. And there's an upstairs. Pretty cool shelter. I think I'm going to take a short break here. So I've got 5.4 miles left to get to the Trimpe shelter. It is a little after 4:30. The sun will be setting here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll be doing a little after dark hiking, but it's alright. It's not supposed to get that cold tonight, so I'd rather hike in the afternoon in the dark when it's warmer than early in the morning in the dark when it's frozen. So there hasn't been much to see in Virginia lately. Just rocks and trees, but that'll change when we get to the highlands. I'm still seeing places where deer hairs in the trail where somebody drug a deer. I have yet to see anybody dragging a deer. The shin muscle on my right leg's kind of bothering me some today. It wasn't when I started, but I guess 2 miles past the partnership shelter. It started hurting, so I don't know, I'll probably put my hammock up tonight. Not in the shelter, because I know the hikers that was at the schoolhouse last night are planning on going to the shelter, but I'll probably put my hammock up out between two trees. That way my feet and legs can be elevated for the night. Looks like we got a little view spot with some stools. View of Rye Valley, the sign says. Not a bad valley. You see it's getting close to sunset. Alright, got to see one more view before it got dark. There goes two deer way off. There was one that went running not too far before I got to the view spot. They're a little on the edge, more so now than they were a few weeks ago. So it got dark enough. I just turned on my headlamp. It's 5:55. I got 2.3 miles left. And unfortunately, about half of that's going to be uphill. I'm going downhill right now, but once I cross this road, there's an uphill, and then a short downhill, and then uphill to the shelter. But still, getting there at 7 o'clock's not bad. But I guess since it is dark, we're not that much far away from the shelter, I'll just call it a day to this video. And I'll check out the shelter in the morning in the sunlight.